Fuji, it's not that what the hell silent ass car is that? That scared the shit out of me. Fuji, it's not that you're dead to me, but if I did see you sitting next to a Pentax and you were both on fire, I would pee on the Pentax and hope that none of the splatterbacks saved your ass. Yeah, I said it.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So today's video we talk about why I might be selling the Fuji X-T4 while testing something new. I got a secret tripod here that's I bought it. This is not a sponsored review. We're on the Sony ZV-1. Let's extend it to the max, shall we? Sup now, hobos? How y'all doing? I believe we have the longest selfie stick ever made. 52-incher. Once I get to the park, I'll show it to you as we trash on Fuji. But oh my god, I could zoom in, I bet. I'm vlogging with a 70mm lens, and it's giving us the compression of a 900mm, wider than a 14mm. I almost hit a car with my lens. It was poking across the street. My god. All right, we're zoomed into something, probably like 35. So, Fuji, you ruined my life. This is the first time I've made a video where I could barely watch it. Oh, this is a problem on a sidewalk. You push people off the street. Oh, that's fine. Social distance, they're fine. So I make a video the other day on the Fuji X-T4 with the kit lens, trying to replicate 40mm to talk about that Olympus 20mm, which is a 40mm equiv. And the autofocus was just hunting back and forth because I'm wearing glasses. And Fuji just has the most unreliable autofocus system I've ever seen. Like, you could ruin someone's life there. Like, people are not watching that video and every single comment's like, oh, the auto, what's wrong with the auto? No shit, assholes. Just let the first guy say it and F off. Them repeated comments will be the death of you, I tell you that much. But, like, how do you do that, Fuji? How do you have, like, worse than Panasonic autofocus? It was worse. I've made videos with the Panasonic where I'm like, yeah, that looks okay. There's a little pulsing if you look for it. I think I might have to place Fuji underneath Panasonic autofocus now. They're less than. So it got me thinking, like, I can't use it. I could make a video that's ruined. Nobody's gonna watch it. YouTube's gonna punish me for the algorithms. It's like, oh, people just clicked off. This was a terrible video. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was a mediocre effort at best, but what if I balanced it on the handlebars? How's that? Is that stable? It's good content, trust me. So, as a Sony a7S III owner, do I need a Fuji X-T4 now? I mean, Flat Earth Santa upgraded us with every gift. First it was the G9, I was like, oh, that is better than my G85. Thanks, buddy. And then the EM1, I was like, that's even better. And then the X-T4, I was like, the S1, I was like, that's better than both. And then the X-T4, it's like, that killed the S1. Now the Fuji, or Sony a7S III, it's like, how could you need a better camera than that? Name the thing that Fuji X-T4 can do that the Sony a7S III can't. I'll wait here as I walk to the park. I just like, they're the same basic camera. They both have 240 frames per second. They both have 120. Sony will look a little better in the 4K versus 1080. But just the reliability of that autofocus, the colors are good enough on the Sony. The dynamic range is a little better. So Fuji, I don't know, man. The future, I don't want to sell that 16mm lens just in case the XH2 is like the best camera ever made. They finally put in a good processor. They got the autofocus and they come with something new. You know 480 frames is going to be in there. Something magical. Fuji does have a great look to it, so it's hard to sell, but they're a fringe bunch of freaks in leather jackets. They're not right. They're like a black market alley vintage shop type of thing. They're different, and they'll never be as good. Not technology-wise. I just wonder, like, wouldn't I want something else? I'd be very happy with my Sony a7S III for the studio, and then the Olympus EM1 Mark III for the vlogs. Or GoPro 10, when I really don't want to give a shit. I find that it all looks great. It's a great little trifecta system. Where does the Fuji fit in our threesome? I don't know that you do. How's the stave on this thing? I tell you, Sony ZV-1, little side rant here. It's a little jerky. You can be careful, but you have to. You have to be careful with it. That Olympus and Panasonic, you can just walk. Or GoPro, you don't have to think about it. Whereas Sony, you can get respectable footage if you're a ghost. And then the others, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. All right, let's go to the park. I'll show you this tripod, then we'll rant more. I wish Sony had a mode in which you could showcase products and you could hold them up to the camera and it would recognize the greatest tripod ever made. It's a Viwa. A Viwa. Have you ever heard of them? Me neither. I was just looking for, like, what's the longest stick? A lot of you were telling me about the Manfrotto pod something. It was like a monopod / selfie stick that you could put a camera on either end. And I was like, that'd be cool, super solid, but you can't leg it out. And so you're screwed. You can never just, okay, let's rest on a park and put this down and make a video. It would topple over like Santa Claus. So this thing is like, I don't know how long that is. It's how many inches after me in the editing room? Wow. But this thing, so you got the one connector that brings out the, oh God, it brings out the bottom base. It's actually all really solid. It feels like aluminum or something. Don't quote me on that. But even then you got good reach already. But then it goes and goes. Solid connector there, little flippy arm. Like, we're talking as big as it gets, like full height almost. Don't pull that. Oh God, I did. It's up to my nipple. It's nipple height. Like, that is ridiculous. Fantastic. Are you showing that, Sony? It has its own little ball head. Everything feels solid. I might not return it. It's not actually not heavy when you do it like this. If you're walking like that, double arm it, that looked sexual. It does work as a regular tripod. I don't know how much I would trust it. There's two settings for the bottom lengths, boom and wider. It's not at the widest, so it's a little shaky, and it's all just pole and one bottom piece, so I wouldn't trust it in the wind, but I somewhat trust it right now. And it's worth an affiliate link decision making, isn't it? But you can go from this bullshit handheld footage to that. You don't even need a wide angle adapter. It's really heavy though, I'll be honest with you. That's hard. But my idea was to get maybe the Olympus 17mm 1.8. I was thinking, how long could I go? Maybe even the 25mm? It's possible. And then you vlog like this for the compression. I mean, if it's doing this at 70mm with active stab, we could probably handle a 25, which is 50 equiv plus digital stab even. Whoa. So I haven't made up my mind on the Fuji. It's partly dear to my heart. It's just a special, unique look. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I have this urge to be a minimalist. After doing that juice fast, I'm just like, I have so much stuff. So I turned a lot of that stuff into better stuff, but less of it. Sell off some of the camera gear that you don't like, but get the highest quality Zeiss lenses and shit. And now we're super hobos with gold necklaces. And do we really need a Fuji in that lineup? I don't know, man. I have a feeling Fuji for the future, they might catch up with the XH2. And that better be a video-centric line. You should have two. One for the photo nerds with your flip-up screen and the sideways tilt to a mirror next door, and you can see yourself. And the flippy screen for us vlogger losers. I just yanked out the mic jack. Oh, I suck at my job. So it's not just like the autofocus, the unreliability of Fuji, the 30-minute recording limits. The lenses also, I'm not seeing them come out with anything that a YouTuber would want. They make an 18mm when they had a 16 already, two 16s. Like, I don't need that. Like 27mm, like, give me something wide, but they have the warpy IBIS anyway. So what's the point? I don't know, man. A lot of the Fuji lenses, they make noises. They don't autofocus right. The whole system, I do wonder, but I'm afraid to abandon it for the future. When my Sony a7S III was in the shop, the Fuji X-T4 was my go-to. It was the backup. It was like, all right, you're basically good enough, and it served me well. But like, if I want to go do a skit outside, I was like, I can't do this. I can't trust that it's gonna catch the autofocus. It's hard to film yourself without reliable autofocus, and that's why Sony's so great. Canon, they're trying to be as good, but they're not. They wish they were. I'm backlitten. We're in S-Log 2. We have Sony color science. It's bullshit. I noticed it was hunting a bit in S-Log 3, so that's unfortunate. Hopefully it's not hunting now. That was so stable. So I find that Fuji doesn't really excel in any important areas. So I don't know. I'm still debating it, but I could put that money towards better stuff. Even a Canon. It'd be cool to have a Sony full frame and Canon. Because Canon's innovating. They're making fun stuff. Fun lenses. The 16mm tiny. It's bullshit. Distorted. Corrected afterwards. Not great, but it'd be fun for vlogging. EOS R with that 16mm. Wow. So let me know down below. Do you love Fuji? Am I missing something? Are they special? Are they geek worthy? I don't know. You post it down there. And how did this perform? Is this selfie stick stupid? It's kind of fun for a gimmick to get way out there, but it is a pain in the ass. But it was worth it. It was like 33 bucks Canadian or something. I was like, oh, well, it's worth a shot. So should I keep it? Post it down below after you buy a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe.